Welcome all in this lecture of statistical mechanics. This lecture is about ensemble and phase space. So in this lecture, we will cover the following topics like ensemble, phase space, density function, Liouville's theorem, microcanonical ensemble, phase space for linear harmonic oscillator. It should be mentioned that the text and figures of the slides have been incorporated from the book Statistical Mechanics by R.K. Pathria and P.D. Bean. So at first we will describe about ensemble. For a given macrostate which can be defined by n, v, e, where n is the number of particles, v is the volume, and e is the energy. So for a given macrostate, a statistical system at any time t is equally likely to be in any one of an extremely large number of distinct microstates. You know that for a particular microstate, there may be different microstates. It may be large number of distinct microstates. So for a given macrostate, a statistical system at any time t is equally likely to be in any one of an extremely large number of distinct microstates. As time passes, the system continually switches from one microstate to another, with the result that over a reasonable span of time, all one observes is a behavior averaged over the variety of microstates through which the system passes. It may therefore make sense if we consider at a single instant of time a rather large number of systems, all being some sort of mental copies of the given system, which are characterized by the same macrostate as the original system, but are naturally enough in all sorts of possible microstates. So it is actually like that is you are considering the whole system as a collection of some small systems. These small systems are mental copies of the given system. It means that they are macroscopically same, but microscopically they are different. So you are considering a collection of given system. Then under ordinary circumstances, we may expect that the average behavior of any system in this collection, which we call an ensemble, would be identical to the time averaged behavior of the given system. These lines are very important, that the average behavior of any system in this collection means that ensemble. So the average behavior of any system in this collection would be identical to the time averaged behavior of the given system. So this is the concept about ensemble. Now we will discuss about the phase space of a classical system. You already know, suppose you want to define define the position of a particular point. So in this case, you require a coordinate system, and you can say that this point is at a some distance from the x-axis and at a some distance from the y-axis. So to define the position of a particle, you need some coordinate system. It may be two-dimensional, it may be three-dimensional. Similarly, if n is the number of particles in the system, the definition of a microstate requires the specification of 3n position coordinates q1, q2 in this way up to q3n. Why 3n? Because n is the number of particles and 3 is the degrees of freedom. So to define the position coordinates, you require q1, q2 dot 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 in this way q3n. These are the position coordinates. Similarly, you also require 3n momentum coordinates like p1, p2, p2 in this way up to p3n. Geometrically, the set of coordinates qi, pi, where I is equal to 1, 2, in this way up to 3n, may be regarded as a point in a space of 6n dimension. Why 6n? Because 6 comes because 3 for position and 3 for momentum. So that is 6n dimension, and n is the number of particles. We refer to this space as the phase space. So this is like a coordinate system, but this particular space is known as the phase space. And the phase point, that is a particular point in this space which is known as the phase point, and its coordinate is qi, pi. It is known as the representative point of the given system. Qi and pi, they are functions of the time t, and they vary with t, followed by the canonical equations of motion. You know the canonical equation, that is qi dot is equal to del h by del pi, pi dot is equal to minus del h by del qi, where I is equal to 1, 2 in this way up to 3n. And capital H is the Hamiltonian of the given system. Now I will discuss about the phase trajectory. Trajectory of the representative point must remain within a limited region of the phase space. So trajectory means when the phase point will move with respect to time, so it will define a trajectory, that is phase trajectory. But it must remain within a limited region of the phase space. This is so because a finite volume V directly limits the values of the coordinate qi. You have to define a particular volume. So that phase trajectory must be confined to this volume. While a finite energy E limits the values of both the qi and the pi through the Hamiltonian H. In particular, if the total energy of the system is known to have a precise value, say E, the corresponding trajectory will be restricted to the hyperspace H is equal to E. On the other hand, if the total energy may lie anywhere in the range E minus delta by 2 and E plus delta by 2, then the corresponding trajectory will be restricted to the hypercell defined by this energy limit. Now I will discuss about the density function. We consider a system. As time passes, every member of the ensemble of the system undergoes a continual change of microstates. Correspondingly, the representative points constituting the swan. Why I am calling it a swan? Because they are changing, they are moving with respect to time, and they continually move along their respective trajectories. The overall picture of this movement possesses some important features that are best illustrated in terms of what we call a density function. So density function is rho, and rho is a function of q, p, t. This function is such that at any time t, the number of representative points in the volume element d3 and q, d3 and p around the point q, p of the phase space is given by the product rho d3 and q, d3 and p. Here it may be mentioned that for a two-dimensional volume element in a Cartesian system, you can call it dx dy. It is actually area, but as uh, you are considering in two-dimensional case, so we can consider this area, that is volume element in two-dimensional case, that is dx dy. But here we have written that in phase space, this is d3 and q, d3 and p. Why 3n? 3n comes for 3 degrees of freedom and n particles. So d, 3 and q. So d3 and q defines the position, and d3 and p, this is the momentum. So d3 and q, d3 and p, this will describe the volume element. around the point q comma p, and rho is the density function. So rho is the density function. So the density function can be defined in this way, that is rho q comma p comma t, d3 and q, d3 and p. The density function symbolizes the manner in which the members of the ensemble are distributed over all possible microstates at different instants of time. So the density function, it describes, that is how the ensembles, how the microstates are distributed at different instants of time. And from the denominator, this is integration of d omega. So that is omega. So f is equal to 1 by omega integration f d omega. Now let us discuss about the microcanonical ensemble. When ensemble of systems are such that at all times they are uniformly distributed over all possible microstates. At all times they are uniformly distributed over all possible microstates. Clearly, in this case, any member of the ensemble is equally likely to be any one of the various possible microstates. This statement is very important. I am again repeating that any member of the ensemble is equally likely to be in any one of the various possible microstates. Inasmuch as any representative point in the swarm is equally likely to be in the neighborhood of any phase point in the allowed region of the phase space. So if we consider the swarm of the particles, and if you consider a particular representative point, then that representative point, it may be in the neighborhood of any phase point in the allowed region of the phase space. So this statement is usually referred to as the postulate of equal a priori probabilities for the various possible microstates, or for the various volume elements in the allowed region of the phase space, and the resulting ensemble is referred to as the microcanonical ensemble. In this ensemble, the macrostate of a system is defined by the number of molecules capital N, the volume capital V, and the energy capital E. This is also very important statement, that is how you are configuring the macrostate. So it is defined by the number of molecules N, V and E, and generally N, V and E, those remains constant. So depending upon these parameters, the ensemble can also be classified in other two categories, such as canonical ensemble and grand canonical ensemble. For canonical ensemble, the fixed parameters are N, V, T. T is the temperature. And for the grand canonical ensemble, those fixed parameters are mu, that is chemical potential, mu, V and microcanonical ensemble is a collection of systems for which the density function is at all times given by rho, that is a constant, if H is in between E minus half delta to E plus half delta. So in this energy limit, the value of rho is constant and it will be 0 otherwise. So this is also one of the important characteristic of the microcanonical ensemble. Now another important quantity is the fundamental volume. The volume omega of the allowed region of the phase space. So you are considering a phase space, so there must be some allowed region. So volume of that allowed region is omega. This omega is a direct measure of the multiplicity gamma of the microstates. So what is gamma? Gamma is the multiplicity of the microstates. So multiplicity means how many microstates are there. and there must be some relation between the volume omega and the multiplicity gamma, and this is such that gamma is equal to omega by omega 0. So what is omega 0? Omega 0 is the fundamental volume. Fundamental volume means that this is equivalent to 1 microstate. So if omega is the total volume, omega 0 is the volume corresponding to 1 microstate. So it will give, that is omega by omega 0 will give you the total number of microstate. That is, I have already told you, that is noted by the gamma. So gamma is equal to omega by omega 0. And what is omega 0? Omega 0 is the fundamental volume. That is volume corresponding to 1 microstate. Now, volume, the expression of the volume is omega is equal to integration of d omega equal to integration d3n q d3n p. So q is the position coordinate, p is the momentum coordinate. So this is the multiplication of position and momentum. Thus, fundamental volume from dimensional consideration must be in the nature of an angular momentum. You know that angular momentum is equal to r cross p. That is multiplication of position and momentum. So this is angular momentum. So as omega can be expressed by the multiplication of position and momentum, and this is 3n. That is, I have already told why 3n. So from the dimensional consideration, the fundamental volume, it is equivalent to the angular momentum raised to the power 3n. It can be shown that if the system under study has capital N degrees of freedom, then it can be shown that fundamental volume omega 0 can be expressed h to the power capital N. So omega 0 is equal to h to the power n. Now, one example I will discuss, that is linear harmonic oscillator. You know that expression of the Hamiltonian is capital H is equal to half kq square plus p square by 2m. Q is the position, p is the momentum, and this one is the expression of the Hamiltonian. What is k? K is a spring constant, and what is small m? M is the mass of the oscillating particle. The space coordinate q and the momentum coordinate p of the system are given by q is equal to a cos omega t plus phi, p is equal to m into q dot is equal to minus m omega a sin omega t plus phi. These are the solution. You also know that a being the amplitude and omega is the frequency of the vibration. What is omega? Omega is equal to root over of k by m for the linear harmonic oscillator. And you can easily show that the energy of the oscillator is a constant of motion, and it is given by E is equal to half m omega square. The phase space trajectory of the representative point q, p of this system is determined by eliminating t between expressions for q and p shown above. That is, this is the expression of q, this is the expression of p. If you eliminate t, then you can easily show from this expression, that is q square by 2em omega square plus p square by 2me is equal to 1. So this is the equation of an ellipse. Equation of the ellipse is like that: x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. So here this is q square by 2em omega square plus p square by 2me is equal to 1. So this denominator you consider as a square. So a square is equal to 2e by m omega square. This denominator is equivalent to b square is equal to 2me. Okay. So by omega, this is the volume of the allowed. So 2 pi delta by omega is the volume of the allowed region. And what is delta by h cut omega? Delta by h cut omega, this is the number of eigenstates within the allowed energy interval. Delta by h cut omega is the number of eigenstates within the allowed interval. So this one is the total volume or total area, and delta by h cut omega is the total number of eigenstates within this interval. So this expression will ultimately give you the omega 0. Why omega 0? Because omega 0 is the fundamental volume, that is volume of one eigenstate. 2 pi delta by omega is the total volume. Delta by h cut omega, this is the uh, total number of eigenstates. So total volume divided by total number of eigenstate. So this will give you the volume of the one eigenstate, that is omega 0. So what is omega 0? Omega 0 is ultimately, if you simplify this, so this will give you h. So fundamental volume omega 0 is equal to h. If on the other hand we consider a system of n harmonic oscillators, here we have considered one harmonic oscillator, but if you consider n number of harmonic oscillators along the same lines as above, we can show that omega 0 is equal to h to the power n. Actually, there is a derivation for this. You can show problem number 2.7 in part 3. There is a derivation, and you can show that omega 0 is equal to h to the power n. But here we are skipping the derivation. So we are just making the statement that we can show that that for n number of harmonic oscillator, omega 0 is equal to h to the power n. So what is omega 0? Omega 0 is the fundamental volume, and for inharmonic oscillators, the fundamental volume is equal to h to the power n. So thank you for listening. For further reading, you follow the book of R.K. Pathria and P.T.